Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Now over the past few months there's been a lot of talk about premium content, and in fact it would be fair to say that talk of premium content has been going on for a few years now. Premium content of course is the label that has been attached to the next paid expansion for Elite Dangerous. Back in June of 2017 a growing number of people began to ask Frontier for information on the new paid content. Many of these people were lifetime pass holders. Those are the group of people who prepaid to own all the future expansions. To clarify, the Lifetime Pass was a totally different purchase to the Horizon Season Pass. In short, the Horizon Season Pass contained all updates within Horizons and now all the updates within Beyond as well. However, the Lifetime Pass included Horizons, Beyond and any and all the future paid updates on top of that. So here we are then in 2018 awaiting more information and an announcement on the paid update. The good news is that some information may not be too far away. September's issue of UK gaming magazine, PC Gamer, contained an interview with David Braben. He spoke a fair amount about Elite Dangerous as well as the future of the game, and one standout thing in particular was this. The plan was, beyond the current season for Elite, which is mostly announced, there are a lot of things which we will be announcing that are really exciting, some of which will be free and some of which will be paid. And here's another quote. The game's doing really well now. We've got an ever-growing community. The number of players is higher now than it's ever been. We've got a lot of people still buying through our store as well as buying through Steam and through the consoles, and so it's doing us proud. It's now entering its 5th financial year. It's coming up to 4 years since release, 5 years since the Kickstarter, and it's as strong as ever. And we've got a lot more coming and a lot more that we haven't announced yet coming after Beyond. So that's 2 new confirmations in the same interview about new and unannounced content for Elite Dangerous. Of course, we don't know what this is going to be yet, but speculation can be kind of fun, just so long as we don't allow it to give in to full-on hype. So to make a finer point on that, I'm not going to jump on the hype train, but I am at the same time going to do a bit of speculation. You know by now it's something I love to do. So as things stand right now then, there are perhaps 3 major features for Elite that are still outstanding. The first is atmospheric planets. The second is enterable gas giants, and the third is space legs, or the ability to walk around. Now everyone has their favourite when it comes to that. For example, the thing I'd most like to see myself is an atmospheric world. These would be like Mars, like the worlds of today, or the Mars of today, and maybe worlds with a slightly thicker atmosphere like Venus. Now the reasons I'd like to see this is because I love exploration. The sheer multitude of different sunsets we could see, the different coloured atmospheres, the likelihood of rain, wind and other types of weather are all very compelling from an exploration point of view. Gameplay on the other hand will be a different issue, and I'm unsure how Frontier would go about creating compelling gameplay on atmospheric worlds, but either way it certainly opens up a lot of options. Now gas giants is something else that would be interesting, slightly less so than full-on worlds because obviously there's no real scenery down here. You're not going to go down to a gas giant and discover a mountain, or I guess if you do then we're going to be in for some sort of massive surprises there. But what there would be is plenty of clouds and gases to interact with and fly through. The pressure and gravity, not to mention the weather systems, could have a profound effect upon the flight model. And whilst it's unlikely to happen, it would be nice to see some sort of life forms on gas giants. After all, that's something that is mentioned from time to time on the detailed surface scans of gas giants. Now space legs of course is the third thing, and this is less interesting for me personally, but I'm sure it's going to be right at the top of the list for many other people. How would space legs start out is an interesting question though. Would it be just the ability to walk around ships? And if so, could this in turn open up the possibility of ship-to-ship boarding? Now that is something Frontier have talked about in the past. We do know that ultimately it's something they'd like to see in the game, so yes, ship-to-ship boarding, but who knows how that would actually work. Or could space legs be even more extensive, such as the ability to walk around on stations, bases, as well as planets? So of course, this isn't new, none of this is absolutely new information. People are well aware of these 3 things. But the point is that it's likely, at least in my opinion, that one of these 3 things will be the next big update for Elite Dangerous. But which one will it be? Personally, I think it's most likely to be atmospheric worlds, but it's also equally possible perhaps that it could be gas giants. Personally, I suspect space legs is still a long way off. Ultimately, of course, we don't really know, but what's clear is that sooner or later we might be getting some pretty big announcements. Then again, it's also possible that this unannounced paid content could be some type of cosmetic item. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on this. What would you like to see? What would you think Frontier have planned for the next year? So the interview did go on to make a few other interesting points. I won't go into too much detail here, otherwise before long I'll cover the entire interview. But another standout point was the fact that David Braben confirmed that Frontier have been taking on around about 50 new staff every year. So the company is certainly growing. Now if you'd like to read the full interview, it is in this month's PC Gamer, that's a September issue, and there's quite a few good things in there, so it really is worth a read if you have access to the magazine. Obviously, unfortunately, I can't put it online because that would be against copyright law, as it's only in printed form or digital form at the moment, and it's not on their website just yet. But if you don't have access to the magazine, then do keep an eye out on their website, because it's likely the interview will appear there at some point in the future. So that brings us to an end of this video, a rather short one today, but I thought there was a couple of points there well worth bringing up. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.